Alright, what's going on? So let's see if I can scroll into that. So, stage 2 water restriction mandatory. And that's the list of the rules. Basically, no water in your grass, or you could, if like even numbers get 3 days a week, odd number addresses get 3 days a week, and stuff like that. Don't just let it water. You can't water between like 8 a.m. and like 8 p.m. You have to do it overnight when the temperatures are a little bit cooler, stuff like that, right? So that's been up for, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, something like that. But anyway, so then earlier today, got a phone call, recorded a message from the water company letting us know that, hey, yeah, so the drought's extremely bad. Aquifers running low. The water company that we have pumping out twice as much water as allotted out of the aquifer right now compared to what all the other companies are doing. A lot of the other water companies have already shut down a lot of the water services and stuff like that for like the farm fields and stuff for the ones that are not on wells. And then we've been having, I wonder if the cows are out. Distraction. Yeah, no cows. I mean, they are, but you can't see them. They're not up by the road tonight. But anyway, so it's just stuff like that where it's a whole lot of just craziness going on. So the aquifer that our water company gets water from is running low, so they're trying to get everyone to cut back on watering. And I mean, I'm at the point where I go out, I water our garden twice a week max, for a total of about 10 minutes a week. I let the water run on the plants, but now I'm not even allowed to do that. So I was trying to make it real, like not use that much. So now, I mean, I've been storing up water for a while now, and it's just one of those things where now I'm like, oh, I gotta give you more water. Nope, sheep aren't out by the road either. Unfortunate. But yeah, so I know where I'm at. Like, I mean, last year we had flooding. We had so much rain. Like, the aquifer should have been completely replenished, but it's not. So now we're in restrictions. So now I'm I'm storing up even more water. So it's one of those things that if you live in a drought area, at this point, if you have a garden, you're kind of screwed, I guess. I mean, I am. Half of my plants have already burnt up because it's so friggin' hot. A week and a half ago, driving these roads, the cornfields and stuff, where the corn stalks are all about, 3 feet high and stuff like that, are now, and green and luscious and looking good, are now 3 feet tall and brown and burnt up. So we got that to look forward to. I know, talking to people in the area that have the shallow wells, they're drying up. So the people at the wells are like 600-800 feet deep, they're still in decent shape, but the shallower wells are drying up. So do yourself a favor, go out, get some water, stock up on water, store as much water as possible, because again, you can only make it 3 days without water. So just go out, store up all the water you can. If you're living in one of those areas that's flooding right now, well, do what you can to, save as much as that, or collect as much of that rainwater as falling that you can, because I mean, you always purify it. Which again, I put a tweet out earlier today that severe drought affecting a lot of the country. Store up as much water as you can, fill up any jug that you can, have water on hand. and then get your purification, filters, chemicals, all that stuff in place, and just be prepared for, you know, when the water stops flowing. Because that's, I mean, again, I went from last year where I had to cut our 3 acres down at least once a week, and now I'm to the point where I mowed it once, and the only part of the grass that's growing is the septic leach field where it gets all that extra nutrients, and right around the garden where I've been fertilizing and watering. So yeah, I haven't had to I cut the grass once this year, and that's it. So it's getting bad. It's getting real crappy out there. You know, whether you believe in global warming or not, weather cycles, everything's just kind of off the past couple years. So just keep that in mind. Again, I'm not a huge proponent of, you know, global warming. I do believe that, you know, well, sorry, it's climate change now, not global warming, because, you know, under Al Gore, it was global warming, and it's never going to snow again in DC, and then, you know, 3 months later, they got like 18 feet of snow, something stupid like that. So, is the climate changing? Yeah. Does the Earth go through cycles? Yeah. Are we increasing the amount that it's cycling and it's not its normal thing? There's a possibility of it, but I mean, it's just it's a thing. So I mean, droughts happen all the time, floods happen all the time. It's just being more publicized these days, because the push for, you know, oh, we gotta go all green energy, which in all actuality, in the long run, if everything was green and there's no more carbon being released, it would actually damage more, since, you know, carbon's the lifeline for all of the plants and crap. But that's a whole nother scientific thing and a whole nother, you know, rabbit hole to go down, which I'm not going to go down tonight. But anyway, so hope you've enjoyed, you know, driving down the back road, talking about water. Again, you can only make it 3 days without water. And take it for someone that's, you know, had heat stroke twice and been severely dehydrated to the point where, I mean, when they stuck me, my blood was coming out of clumps, and it took 7 IV bags before I was actually able to ask for water and pee. And once I, you know, was able to pee, you know, drink some water, they're like, oh yeah, you can go home. So yeah, let me tell you, water is extremely important. So if you live in a place that's drought right now, get as much water stored up as you can. If you're flooding, again, save as much water as you can, because you can always boil it, filter it, and purify it. So with that, have a good one, stay safe, and enjoy your evening or morning whenever it is I post this. All right, see ya.